You're listening to the Friday stream. Yeah, Ready-Made RC.
Uh-oh. There it is.
We're good.
What's up?
We muted the music so we wouldn't get flagged by Britain's Got Talent.
Oh, that's right. We keep getting flagged every time. So, yeah.
Right.
What's up, everybody?
I learned my lesson.
It's yeah. Welcome to the Ready-Made RC live stream. It's been quite a while. I think, have we done this at all since the pandemic? Maybe one time since it started?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So I'm Tim here. We got Peter on Peter Vision. Look, I pointed at you and I pointed at you on the screen. It like worked out. We're maintaining social distancing, and then Kevin is here in spirit, wearing his mask as he should be. So yeah, just wanted to do a live stream. We've got a Black Friday coming up, and why not talk about it a little bit and kind of catch up with everybody.
Right.
So if you don't know, if you haven't caught it before, we stream on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You may or may you can see the comments.
Yeah.
Over here.
They made it better. You can see where it's coming from
right
now too.
So you may not see them in YouTube or whatever. It might be someone that posted somewhere else. But yeah, so want to just kind of let everyone know that we've got some deals coming up and see how everyone's doing out there. Are you doing any builds? You guys working on stuff? How you passing the time? Life as usual, or are you doing what's up? So see a few of you comment in there. Edward, yeah, we weren't live. That was we always do the roll ahead of time. That was who was that video from?
A guy that posted in our Ready-Made Hangout.
Someone posted in the Ready-Made Hangout.
I saw it. I liked his stuff, so I put it up.
It's pretty cool freestyle, some flying there. And so, yeah, if you haven't joined the Ready-Made RC Hangout, it's a good place to join because you'll get notifications about stuff like this and talk about sales ahead of time if we're going to do that. Yep, Mark, no, long time no stream. I don't remember doing any since this whole lockdown started. I don't think we did. So,
nope.
Usually have two of us here, and talked about putting up a barrier or something, but whatever. Peter and I are, we're comfortable enough being this 6 feet apart.
Can't touch you.
Touch your ear.
Can't touch you.
So we have some good deals coming up. If you,
you've been seeing them already.
That's true. We've been leaking out or doing some of them like twice a week now.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically we've been just hinting at what's going to happen. So that's really a small taste of everything we're going to be doing. So
yeah. If you missed those, they should be coming back as long as we didn't sell out of them the first time.
Yep. The Wing FC should be coming in. We just got some in. We should be getting some here pretty soon. So keep an eye on it.
Wing flight controller.
Yeah. I know we've been getting little bits of Maytag in on and off. So should be some more coming in real soon. So, and Jason, you asked about the Stratosurfer. It's going to be a little while on those. Definitely not before Christmas. It's a big batch. January, February, I think they said a couple months. We're looking in at possibly going in with somebody on that. So we want to get that deal worked out. And those are always big orders for us. So, yeah, get through these holidays. And, yeah, that'll be for your spring build there, Jason. Yeah. So the upcoming deals, we put out a few things, some planes and miscellaneous things, some parallel charge boards. However, that's really, like I said, a small percentage of what's going to be on the Black Friday stuff.
Like a third of the list.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to add more whenever I start digging through it. And in addition to doing just sales, we're going to have a couple things going on here. Similar to what we've done. I think we did this similarly last year.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
So we're doing a bunch of sale items. So you're going to get a whole bunch of items that you can, just get a great price. Some of them are really good prices. We're going to have a coupon for things that aren't there, that aren't in that sales section. And we're doing flat spin again. Now, people that have done this before usually get pretty excited about it. If you don't know what flat spin is, think of it like a reverse auction. That's the best way I can describe it. Basically, we have a few items that'll show up out of a group of things we put in there, and the price drops 1% every 5 minutes.
Yes.
And you can sit there and kind of wait, and if the price looks good, you can just buy it and grab it up now, or you can take a chance and you can wait a little bit. The problem is someone else is probably watching it too, and they're making the same choice you are. So you have to decide how far do you let it go before you pull the
And you never know how many people are actually watching it.
Right.
We hide that intention.
Yeah. You don't know how many people are watching. You don't know if anyone's interested in that thing. Maybe it's something that's super popular and they'll get it, 5% below regular price because they're just happy to get it. And maybe some people don't care and it'll go down. But don't get mad at us if someone else buys it though.
We've had a few people in the
occasionally,
past,
yeah.
Like, I had it in my cart.
I had it in my cart, but you didn't buy it.
Yeah, you didn't put your card information.
So
So we're not starting it at midnight. We're starting it at noon, so you don't have to stay up all night.
Right. You can stay up all day Thanksgiving, and then all night Thanksgiving night, and then all day Friday. Yeah, it's not going to start at midnight. We let you guys do some sleep. I'm going to be doing some prepping of the sale stuff at midnight. Some of the sales may start showing up around midnight. I'm debating on how I want to enter those, but
I could see them starting to show up on the page whenever.
Yeah, but we're saying the Flytron. Oh yeah. We do have some of our own strobes too. I know we've been out of some of the Flytron stuff for a while.
The only ones that we don't have our own on are the
battery powered.
The battery powered ones.
Yeah. So, but if you don't need them to be self powered, we have pretty similar LED options. Otherwise,
strobes.
Yeah.
I guess we don't have the individual bulbs.
That's true. Ours are the strobes.
The colored and the strobe.
Yeah. But yeah, so what have you all been doing? I think Ed, you asked about waffles. No waffles this time. We don't have if we're gonna do waffles, we want to have good stuff. We don't, and we've seen a few other people do some stuff that's kind of like.
We don't want to just put in old closeout stuff from 3 years ago, and every single person gets the same.
Right. But look at the value.
The same GoPro mount. I mean, stuff.
And a old prop.
Yeah.
I mean, we do throw stuff like that into our waffles, but we try to mix it in with some stuff that's good. So
right.
And if you don't know what waffles are, it's been a while since we've done that. Basically, when we do that, it's we basically for a certain amount of dollars, we're going to throw in a bunch of random stuff. Some of it's usually we try to make it so that there's at least a few good things in there, but we're not doing that this year.
We don't have a big enough stockpile of good stuff.
You're right. We've sold a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's refurb stuff, and we have not got a refresh of our Fat Shark refurb. That's always good to include in there.
Yeah.
We have stuff that's shipping back to Fat Shark for exchange right now. So maybe if we get it back by Christmas or early in the year, try to do something that's interesting. Maybe give some interesting things to do in the spring. Wait, no, Andy, you just talked about it.
It hasn't started yet, Andy. When it does come up, starting noon tomorrow, you'll see all the new items populate and start spinning down.
Yep. And maybe you were trying to ask if they're discontinued items, and actually Flat Spin is a mixture of things we put in there. There may be some items in there that are discontinued products. There's some, I guarantee there's items in there that are brand new, live, current products.
Oh, yeah.
It's a mixture.
I would expect, Strix planes.
Yep. Oh, man, I put so much stuff in there over the past day or two. I can't even think now off the top of my head. If there's something you'd like to see in there, let us know. Did I win anything yet? You lose. I'm sorry, Ed. Sean just got back from deployment looking to sort out what's going on in the hobby.
That's a tough one, Sean.
It's been a crazy year, I'll tell you that. And then Chris said, like to see us do some videos on builds we do in the shop with some of the things you sell, ideas and next builds, not just quads, maybe fixed wing. I think we fly more fixed wing than quads here anyway. We do fly quads, but
I don't know. There is that one project that could be coming up.
We have a
soonish, and and I guess we could do a build video on that. I mean,
we should.
It probably is a better idea.
It's a way to show people how to do it. So we do have a project we're working on with one of our good friends and customers, and
we kind of showed it a little bit at FPV Fest.
That's right.
And then the little get together we had after that.
Fall get together.
And somebody put a video up of them.
Who did that?
It might have been Andrew.
It was Andrew. Yeah. So Andy, that's all right. We missed Toledo too. It's a shame that that isn't going on anymore. It was always an interesting show and always kept us busy. But yes, Kevin, we're back. Yeah.
Yep.
I love all the people kind of showing up like, what? You're here?
I didn't put the posts out early enough.
Didn't give him enough warning.
Out like yesterday.
We'll blame Peter. Well, we were kind of talking about it. Should we? Maybe we should.
Didn't make it. With shipping today.
Yeah, we had to
They're,
get our shipping out, and you had to make sure this was all prepped because it's been a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the software updates.
So yeah, we're doing the social distancing, and you know, again, Kevin's out taking care of stuff out there. Alex is actually working from home for the day. So
Tara's well, yeah, the 1.3 video receivers. It took a long time for them to get good enough or as good as the old ones.
so if
we
you were
sent them back a couple times.
yeah, we went through. So if you recall, we were using Comtech tuners in them. Well, Comtech went out of business. So we had to do some work. Actually, the receivers are not manufactured in the same place as a whole,
Right.
but we had to do some testing with tweaking and getting everything just right.
Oh yeah, and there's some reverse engineering going on because the company that sells them is just not doing it anymore.
Right.
They're like,
Yep.
sorry.
Yep.
And so we had to kind of start back from scratch a little bit.
Right.
But they came out great.
I think they may perform. They definitely perform as good as they did. They may perform better. We had someone we know that took with just dipoles on both the transmitter and receiver, and I think it was a 400, might have been an 800 milliwatt transmitter. Went a couple miles, and he was fairly low altitude with just a dipole on the receiver.
Was it the new VAST dipoles?
No,
Or
oh
is it
yeah,
old ones?
our dipoles that come with them.
Yeah, because they
they're
come now
designed
with
by
a
Bass.
VAST dipole that's leaps and bounds over the old rubber duckies.
Yeah,
So we kind of brought them forward, forward thinking into the future.
Yep.
Current. The one thing we still need to work on is a multi-milliwatt video transmitter.
right. The transmitters are still similar in style to the old ones,
Right.
although they aren't. They are different. Like the 600, they're 800 milliwatt that used to really only be 600, is now much closer to 800 milliwatt. It's usually 700 to 750 when they were barely 600 milliwatts in the past. So Adam says 1.3 is the future.
Future.
It's the most modern thing.
Yeah.
Between our stuff and the Maytech stuff, though, it is actually pretty easy to use. I mean, you can get the Maytech module to go in your goggles. And
besides the Maytech video transmitter, which is super tiny compared to everything else, I mean, you still have to fly with a brick.
Right. Yeah, right.
Ours are the new ones, without the extra heatsink case are much lighter and smaller. But
Right.
we still have some that we sell on the site. The
older style,
gold
the big
budget
ones.
editions. That's half the weight is the metal pieces inside.
Like 7/8 of it is that weight of that. Jeez. Quite a few of it. I think the people that have been flying FE for a long time are way more comfortable using 1.3 because it was what a lot of us started with, and it's got some advantages still. It's easier to fly at events usually.
Right. Well, did you see? You guys were talking about 1.3. The receiver is still on the pre-Black Friday showcase.
That's right. Yeah.
Is it 35?
Nice segue. Wait.
I mean,
Yeah.
You can put the, you can
Oh yeah, it's been a while. Here we go.
it says TV up.
Yeah, screen up.
Screen up.
So yeah, we have the 1.3 receivers on backwards. All right, 1.3 receivers on the current the preview Black Friday deals. DJI is very nice. Under 1 watt.
$34.99.
Sean, you asked about you're saying about 1 watt. And I think you're talking about someone had mentioned being able to go out a few miles. Going to 1 watt doesn't increase your range all that much compared to the 400 milliwatt or the 800. Because of how the signal goes out, you double the power, your range only goes up by, I think it was around 30% or something like that. So every time you double the power, it's only going up that much. You're much better off if you're trying to get any kind of distance to get better
who needs
antennas.
to go more than like 20 or 30 miles? I mean, not in the U.S.
Yeah, right.
But around the world, like you can go 25, 30 miles on 400 milliwatts. So, and a patch antenna on the ground and a direction or an Omni on the plane. So I don't get the reason why people need to go to 1 watt and 1500 and higher.
And actually, the FCC has determined that that over 1 watt technically violates the amateur rule of not being able to use anything over 1 watt for remote control. I don't totally agree with their definition of that being a remote control, but I'm not going to argue with them because arguing gets very expensive. So, so we actually weren't selling the one we weren't allowed or still aren't able to sell anything over 1 watt with RC related stuff. It's only for the amateur radio folks that are using it for amateur radio specifically.
So, Sean, as far as legality limits, anything 1 watt and above, we can't sell it with airplane equipment. So
anything remote control.
Right. You can't have, a quad frame or an ESC or things like that.
Even servos or anything in the order.
You can't have those if you're buying a video transmitter over 1 watt.
But I really, and like someone mentioned, I don't see a need to go that high for anything that we do.
And those are going away. Now, the other part of that, the legality, yes, you need a ham radio license. Anything that doesn't have an FCC Part 15 ID on it,
has to be operated under the amateur radio rules.
Right.
So
and there's always people that still have the misconception that if it's under 25 milliwatts, it doesn't matter, or there's all these rumors going around. But the easiest way to know it is if it doesn't have an FCC ID. You have to have an amateur license.
Yep, has to run on amateur rules. So
which means
you're supposed to, in the U.S.
So
anyway, though, all that to say, we have the 1.3 receivers on sale right now, the pre-Black Friday sale. The transmitters, the ready-made transmitters, both 400 and 800, are not on sale now, I don't think, but they will be again when we kick into Black Friday deals.
Last Thursday through Monday, I believe, or last Monday through Thursday.
Right.
But those will be coming back if you missed out. And so starting tomorrow, you'll be able to buy them together if you want.
Yep. And flat spin, like you said, that's going to be good. We're not going to be able to combine orders. We had a few people before ask us to combine orders when they'll might try to get multiple flat spins throughout the day. And the problem is we found out that gets very difficult to handle because we're dealing with the rush of the Black Friday.
Yeah, we had one guy that had, 25 different flat spin items. And so we have to go back into every single order and manually refund shipping. And the amount of time it takes to do that is incredible.
Right. And when we're trying to rush to get a ton of orders out.
It's on the wrong day to need to take extra time to refund shipping.
But the deals are going to be good enough that, I don't think.
They take that into account.
So what's everyone, while we're talking about the deals coming up, what's everyone been doing? Are you building? Are you going out flying? Are you hanging out with people? Are you flying by yourself? Let us know in the comment
There's
what you've been doing.
Question up here. Christopher asked about, Adam Lovell asked about the replacement to Eagle Eyes.
That's a good question, and it was disappointing. Although we've seen the sales of Eagle Tree stuff going down. I haven't used diversity on 1.3 in a long time.
Yeah. I mean,
I do have my one ground station that I use with the Anaconda, basically at FPV Fest, has diversity in it, but actually I don't even think we have it turned on.
No, the
I think
good
we were
thing
manually
about that
switching
was for the antenna tracking.
Right.
Even if you weren't doing diversity, you're just doing a single one. You could use the Eagle Eyes for antenna tracking to keep the patch pointed in the right direction.
Right.
We don't have a good solution right now, honestly.
Yeah. We could look into there were the My Fly Dream or whatever it was that they've been out for a while, but those were always kind of.
They used to be iffy. I know. There's several guys that are using them now, and there's some interesting capabilities you can do with it, like see the other person on your OSD, so you can follow them, things like that. But we haven't had a real big, outcry to get a pan and tilt.
And I suppose that's why the Eagle Tree, just kind of faded away. The OSD hasn't really changed in years, and now you with iNav, so capable. It's so we had quite a few people comment. Hi, Wee, how you doing? I just happened to see your comment at the top of my screen. Dave Wooden said he's been flying a simulator. What simulator would you be flying, Dave? Oh, we have codes for it. We didn't even think about doing it.
I guess we'll have to do another stream.
Yeah, we'll have to do another stream, maybe over the.
That's probably why David was here. He's like, hey, I want to see him give away.
I forgot. So if you aren't aware, he has the wing simulator, and it's an RC flight simulator meant for flying wings or planes. And there's racing in it. You can do multiplayer. It's really awesome. And you can use your RC radios. Most of them will hook into your computer and work as a joystick. And it's a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely a good way to spend some time. Look at that. Got a promotional video. We do have, so we sponsored, we put a couple planes in there and kind of helped out with some sponsorship and some beta testing and everything else. And we do have some codes. We didn't really prep any contests today to give out any codes, but I think we'll do that next time. Dave said he's in here for the entertaining banner.
The banter.
You bet it. You bet, mate. But yeah, it's David's an Australian living in Canada. So yeah, it's
like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like a plane in the water. Wait. So I saw a few people saying that there's some saying they were flying, some saying they were just kind of staying at home or building. So yeah, it's
yeah, Edgewater.
yes, Edgewater is at, and we actually helped Peter. Did you do some of the videos that were sent to him?
Yeah, I sent him some screenshots and stills of like the oil rigs out there, so he could mold or model those right, and picture of the clubhouse and stuff.
That looks like Edgewater right now.
Looks like it could be.
Grass needs cut. But yeah, it's so but yeah, it's a great sim, and it's good for for the quad guys. If you haven't flown wings, it's actually a pretty good way to kind of get the feel for flying wings. And you can do multiplayer and or just practice yourself with free flight, or he has tracks in there. Smooth Virus says Edgewater is on Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. They use the map data, and I don't know how well they modeled that area, but it looks like it's pretty detailed.
Here's Edgewater. This is the creek. Looking back at the clubhouse.
I'll disappear.
Oh, just the one? Okay.
I only had one pic.
Yeah, it's just the one. Maybe there's a video.
That's how I can get out of the way next time. I'll just put up the... So yeah, I hope you guys are at least having some fun, doing something, getting out there a little bit. This has been a crazy year. I think everyone's just tired of everything. I know that, but just everything. It's just stress everywhere. So, get some flying in and have fun, whether you're staying home or, whether you're getting together with people, whatever. It's,
people are talking about
no PS5, sorry.
Flying.
Still flying in Western New York. Yeah. Yep. I mean, we had FPV Fest this year. It was a smaller event. We kind of kept it small. And then we did a little, like an even smaller kind of let's come up and fly for Saturday and Sunday up at Edgewater.
That was great.
So, yeah.
We didn't have to work.
Yeah, that's the thing. For us, it was way better. We got to fly the whole time instead of, having to run a store and registration and all that.
We didn't have, we did have registration, but we didn't have a store.
Yeah.
We didn't have to have somebody sitting behind the store for all day, so we could actually go out and hang out with people, which makes we thought the event was cool before.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I have a feeling next year is going to be huge because people were just tired of not being able to do
yeah,
things.
not knowing it, they've started to know more about what Edgewater has to offer,
right.
And videos coming out from this year and stuff.
Yeah, and FPV Fest there is just so much fun. So,
oh yeah, so much better.
Yeah. See, I'm looking to see if there are any other comments I missed. Doesn't look like it. So yeah. So keep an eye out for your email. Some of the sale items will start showing up late tonight, midnight ish. But the real Black Friday sales are, with flat spin and everything else, are going to start at noon tomorrow. So noon Eastern time tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day here in the U.S. He bought an SUV just with a specific person of flying to do the fly-ins. Yeah, and there have been a few, but just not a lot this year. And then for someone had mentioned earlier, Toledo wasn't a fly-in, but a nice conference that had been going on for years, and that shut down, not just because of the virus. That was getting there anyway. So yeah, 4 months later, and here we are.
The virus bought an SUV to bring them to fly-ins, and no dice on that.
So, I mean, a lot of times we talk about new products here. Do we have anything new that we've added recently? I think we added a few things here.
We've been getting.
You want to open it up on the site?
PBS stuff. I mean, not a.
I know we added a couple TBS things that we just got in. Well, since our last live stream, we've probably added, we're not going to spend time talking about that. Yeah.
Right. Nothing.
That's true. We did
get. In my head. We
did get to go to CFL this year.
When Ghosts finally get back in stock and we get them.
The Shark Bite stuff's up for pre-order.
Yeah, we've got Tracer.
Tell me what you guys think about Shark Bite. Just curious on opinions.
Oh yeah.
We have a Bighorn. It's a big. It's actually a balsa plane. We're out of stock, but we're going to get a couple more of those. We're working with the local guys, Buddy RC, great guys. They work with OMP, Ohio Model Products, right? Model Planes, Ohio Model Planes. And the Bighorn is a pretty cool plane. We had a few of them, but they're gone already. Bunch of new props. We still have a bunch of stuff that we're selling off for flight tests that we've been working on that they had stuck in their warehouse. Mark, any new Ready-Made or Strix products? I guess we haven't officially called that new thing a Ready-Made or Strix thing. It may or may not be being made by someone else. Maybe a plane.
I mean, it may be Strix logoed.
That's true. Yeah. But Sean asked, so my understanding is they didn't. Well, and who knows? What we were told is it didn't change hands, but they got a big investment from.
They're owned
those
by
people.
Red Cat, but the CEO and everything remains intact. So the company is just under Red Cat now instead of being its own entity.
So I saw it. Quality doesn't hold a candle to the DJI setup, and I noticed that too. We've flown a DJI here. Now, one thing that I do like about the Shark Bite is that they have a transmitter that's small enough to go on whoops, and I haven't seen any. I mean, we've got the reasonably small Cadex set up, but there's
plenty of small brushless whoops out there that run DJI.
Right.
I mean, we even have the Beta FPV, the 95X.
Right. So it's not the super small whoops, but it's pretty small.
Right. It's not a single board.
Yep.
So it can't be on the super tiny ones. I also like that I could use my HDOs or HDO2s that I have. I don't have to.
That's an advantage.
To have different.
It's not perfect though. I think a lot of the recordings are recorded on the Fat Shark DVR, which really kills the quality.
Yeah,
that's standard definition.
Shot him in the foot.
Yeah.
Everybody says it looks better in person.
Yeah.
And the DVR kind of just fuzzes it out.
Yeah.
But it's not true HD.
Right. Well, and it's this weird analog digital hybrid thing that
right.
they're doing, which may have some advantages because of range and compatibility with being able to put higher power in and everything. DJI is limited because of being FCC cert. I don't think that the Shark Bite is. I think it's amateur, just like the others.
Yeah. I'm stuck with it.
So, it's interesting. I've been kind of in between on it. Anything over two.
What's the big plane we saw on special order?
Oh, that's the Nimbus. No, you're talking about the Naja.
Naja.
Yeah, that one. Someone talking about that?
We got a plane for you here as well.
It's huge, but we only get those in special order because they are very expensive, a couple $1,000.
2750 millimeters.
And you can do VTOL or and standard.
Yeah. So this is the VTOL version.
And those are fiberglass.
Yeah. They pull up the 16.
The power output is a weird thing because it depends on if they mean peak power or average power. Shark Bite is 500 milliwatt, but I think that's continuous. I don't know that 100%. Where 1200 milliwatt would be peak. Where the average power is actually lower on the DJI stuff. DJI, I really like the goggles. What concerns me slightly is that they'd like to change things and make the next generation different. I don't know about what's going to happen with the next generation of DJI goggles. I've heard rumors that there may be something new coming. I don't know how it changes. If it's just a format change, like shape, features, or if they're going to change. I really hope they don't change any of the actual functionality, but I don't know. Looking at what they've done with their regular quads, like they change it constantly. So with their quads.
From what I've heard, if you already have DJI,
I wouldn't switch to Shark Bite for that. No.
Now, if you're trying to decide between analog or SharkBite or DJI, you can get away with SharkBite for less. Like the receivers aren't 120 or 150 each.
Transmitters, I mean, yeah.
Transmitters, yeah.
And
you can get goggles that work with regular analog and also without any modifications, and also just plug in the SharkBite to the front. So if you don't already have, if you already have an experienced DJI, SharkBite's an upgrade.
If any of you are doing quad racing, I haven't actually been to any races where people are using the DJI stuff. How are the timing systems working with that?
Well,
I'm wondering. I do think that it can pick it up.
Yeah,
you can set your
the
frequency.
DJI
I know that
was a lot tougher. You have to set. I don't even know. I haven't.
Because you can manually lock it in on a channel.
Yeah, you can, but I don't think there's any mixing. They said it's possible that the timing systems will pick up DJI channels, but maybe not. And that's the opposite for SharkBite is, it uses the raceband channel.
I will say that the frequencies I saw listed didn't match raceband exactly. I don't know why.
No, some were closer, some were either. What happened was they had to shrink them in like 10 or 15 megahertz.
Oh, they were getting too much overlap out of
because of the higher bandwidth.
Yeah.
And so they had to shrink them on the ends, and so they had to, everything was shrinking. The center channel or two channels are the same, but then the other ones get slightly more off as you go out.
So let me see. I'm going to look here, see other, the TBS MPM, the multi-protocol module for radios. That's a pretty good thing to get. So you can use FR Sky, Spectrum, a bunch of others if you need to use that. Still, let's see here. More props. We do have the AR Wing Pro for pre-order. Those won't be here till after Christmas. Some new Sunny Sky motors. Wow, they sold out already. I gotta get some more of those. Yeah, just and then that hits the end of the date, but we had some new stuff older than that, but it's already dropped off the list. Lithium-ion batteries. We got some new packs, bigger packs for lithium-ion batteries as well. So, yeah, I think we're gonna cut this short today. I think kind of get back in here. We don't have we're doing it between just me and Peter instead of having a second person up here. But
Kevin's the only other one here right now, and he's got to take care of
the front doorbell ring and the back doorbell ring
for the afternoon. So that's mostly been why we've haven't been doing streams, is because we've been just working ourselves,
making to get stuff done, and it's a little weird to figure out with all the coronavirus stuff the right way to do it, but I think this works out. Ed, Radio Master, we're still looking at some stuff. We FR Sky kind of worked with us because they feel that Radio Master copied their technology. We see some things that look like they might have.
It's kind of old news now.
So they didn't ban us from selling Radio Master, but they gave us some incentive to not carry it. But who knows what could happen down the road. As we look at it, we've heard mixed things about Radio Master. Some people love it. Some people don't think it's great, but it's fine.
Just another radio system.
Yeah, just another radio. So
I mean, with TBS coming out with their multi-protocol module,
you can use whatever, I guess. And at that point,
that along with like the Tango 2 is everything you could.
When we can get the Tangos seem to be more popular.
But you can also get the multi-protocol module or Tracer or Crossfire from TBS, and so we're focusing a little bit more on those, and those are completely compatible with the FR Sky radios we already sell.
Yep.
So we haven't had anybody really complaining about not being able to do things.
We get occasionally someone asks like that, but really not a whole lot. So check out, join the Ready Made RC Hangout on Facebook to see posts and stuff about the sales, and keep an eye out if you already signed up for emails for an email going out tomorrow. We'll send at noon. And then we'll probably send another one out, just a reminder over the weekend. Flat Spin, keep an eye on that. Those will be turned on tomorrow at noon. Eastern time.
Closeout deals whenever we fix coupons.
That's right. I didn't mention that. We're going to be offering on our closeout section a little bit bigger discount on those for that as well. So, and yeah, check it out. And it's nice to chat with some of you. We'll try to give you a little bit more notice next time before we do another live stream. It's kind of the spur of the moment thing here today, so decided to do that.
The new protocol is weird, Sean. I mean, well, it's not weird. If you have an access radio and you buy the new receivers that are access, then everything's cool. If you have an old radio and you buy the receivers that aren't access, everything's cool. If you have an old radio, you can't use the new access ones without a firmware change. And if you have the new radio, you can't use your old receivers without a firmware change.
And even then, it can be very difficult. We run into issues with if you have a D8 receiver, like a lot of the whoops and Ready to Fly have basically they're either not actual FR Sky or they're either clone or just old FR Sky receivers that run in D8 mode, and those just won't work with the new FR Sky transmitters. So you and it's can be a pain even when it's D16 sometimes to get it to work, but it should work eventually.
And that's where the TBS multi-protocol module comes in because it does D8 just fine.
The Emacs servos I know we have an order in that should be on the way.
Week or two after Thanksgiving.
I'll take a look at TrueRC. I know restocked a couple weeks ago, but probably do for that again as well. So yeah. I do wish, I agree that the FR Sky change to ACCST has been frustrating, and it causes us a lot of extra time with support. And people,
it's getting less and less.
It's getting less now, but especially when it first happened, it was horrible because the firmware updates were not straightforward.
I mean, personally, I would get an FR Sky radio and I'd go straight to Crossfire or Tracer.
Yeah, we use that a lot. Anyway.
Or if you have a lot of old 2.4 stuff or even Fly Sky, the TBS multi-protocol module takes care of all those.
Yeah, and it's easier compatibility with the D8 mode.
It just makes it easier. So that's personally the way I would go.
Yeah.
And you get much further range than just straight 2.4, unless you want, the Tracer. Even though it is 2.4, it is higher bandwidth, so it's faster and or lower latency, and it's still got really good range. So
so always something different though, right? So we'll see what happens and what develops over the next year. What's going to change with that. If some new company is going to show up, and who knows? It's always seems like it never fails or something different, right? Oh,
and Sean, all the firmwares, I believe, there's old firmwares available on FR Sky's website.
I think so, yeah.
You're just going to have to go dig around on their website, and you'll find everything they've got.
Yep. So I think we're going to wrap it up. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone, even if you're not in the U.S. Go ahead and have go cook a turkey anyway. And,
you can join everybody else in their virtual Thanksgiving here.
That's right. We can have a worldwide FPV Thanksgiving dinner.
I think we should have set that up beforehand.
We should have, yeah. Spur of the moment.
Less than 24 hours, I don't think is going to work.
Yeah, don't think so. No. Yeah. Well, we can, in spirit, we'll be together.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. So, have a good Thanksgiving. Catch up while you're sitting at home or wherever you're sitting at, on the deals and everything. And,
there's the stock on the AR Pro, the AR Wing Pro.
We have them on order. Sounds like they're supposed to ship in a couple weeks, but they're shipping ocean, so it's probably going to be January, sometime in January. We're saying like 6 weeks,
6 to 8, or 4 to 6,
yeah.
But closer to 6 usually with customs and stuff.
Yep. So all right, everyone have a great Thanksgiving and get some flying in soon. Hope you guys stay safe, and we'll catch you next time.
Wow, it's very nice.